All right, welcome back inside our proactive newsroom. And joining me now is Ramon Barua. He is the Chief Executive Officer for Eclair Resources. And Ramon, welcome back. Good to see you again.
Good to see you, Steve. Thank you for having me in your program.
Yeah, so exciting news out from the company that you've signed an MOU with. I'll just call them VAC, because they've got a long name, and I'll let you say it because you've been dealing with them a lot. But this is a pretty significant one for the company, Ramon.
Thank you. Absolutely, Steve. Their name is Vacuum Schmelze. This is a very relevant company for us because they are a German producer of magnets. They have been in business for more than 100 years. And they already have important contracts with OEMs, no, that are the top OEMs in the world. For example, they have a contract with General Motors. They are building a plant in South Carolina to supply them with the very important permanent magnets that their electric vehicles require. So joining forces with them, this is an MOU, so this is a starting point. Clearly, it's of course non-exclusive for both parties, but it's crucial to us, no? And I would like to distinguish three important things. The first one is that it will allow us to access the technical information of the raw materials that they require in order to produce the magnets, so that we can focus our vertical integration efforts, in order to comply with the technical requirements. Second, we believe that by joining forces, we can find lots of synergies. This is a market that will require production of low-cost magnets, of course, under the highest environmental qualities possible. So working together allows us to find places where we can certainly optimize our processes and ultimately reduce costs. And finally, very importantly, it will allow us also to go together to OEMs. No, imagine us approaching the top automakers, electric vehicle makers in the world, and having a solution that goes from mine to magnet. No, it will solve a problem that currently exists because currently automakers need to figure out the whole supply chain. This is a skill that they don't necessarily have. They didn't use it before. There was no need to have it before electric vehicles were here, and it's not easy. No, it requires operational knowledge in different technologies, in different jurisdictions, and having a party like ours, no, that is a one-stop shop, again, mine to magnet. I believe it's going to be incredibly valuable to them.
Ramon, obviously you have projects in Chile and Brazil, but you also have entities in the United States, and with their location in Germany, they also have some significance in the United States as well. This really pulls together sort of the two companies really seeing the benefit of having that North American connection as well.
That's correct, Steve. Look, they're already a very important player in Europe. No, now they're becoming also a very important player in the U.S. So we're going to be covering the two most important markets. Sorry, for magnets.
Yeah, and that's significant because obviously the United States is really pushing towards having a supply chain that they want to know exactly where everything's coming from. And you've talked about this in the past that ESG is very important to your company and what you're doing. And it sounds like Vacuum Schmelz is the same situation, and that's a big bonus when you're trying to move things into the United States.
Totally. This is an idea, perfectly designed to solve a problem that has emerged in the US, notably since they started this commercial conflict with China. No, I think the US is fully committing to onshore industries that are critical, that are important, that are strategic. Rare earths is certainly one of them, and the strategy that we're developing together here at Aclara, together with Vacuum Schmelze, is perfectly designed to fit within what the US and also the European Union desire in terms of diversifying the supply chains of critical materials.
Yeah. So Ramon, next steps, just sort of work through the deal and see where everything's at until you come up with a binding contract.
Look, there's no binding contract in sites. I think what we want to do right now is work together,
Okay.
see where this takes us. no, and see if there's traction with the automakers, no. If this is, we strongly believe that this is something that they're going to highly value, and if that's the case, we're going to be ready to move to the next steps.
Exciting times for you and the team for sure, Ramon. Thank you so much. Great to see you again, and congratulations on this. Very interested to see how it all works out.
Thank you, Steve. We're very excited as well. Thank you again for having me.
All right, there's Ramon Barua. He's the Chief Executive Officer for Aclara Resources.